Hello everyone and welcome to Learn Twin Flame Tarot. Today we're doing the Nine of Swords and the Minor Arcana. We're going to look at the card together and then come back and put it all into perspective for Twin Flames. Just a quick one before I actually show the card. I've just recorded the card and for some reason the phone has recorded it in a different way, in a different format. So I feel that's a big message that we just have to flip things around. We just have to move things around. So if you're struggling to view it face on, because I don't know it's going to upload and I'm going to check it, but just take a screenshot right now of that picture. Just take a little screenshot of that and then you can look at the card and just listen to the message. And then come back and, after we've actually looked at the card together, then we can talk about it for Twin Flames. So if for any reason you can't view it properly, or it feels like the camera's flipping around, or it's doing anything crazy, remember, the message of the Nine of Swords is to see things from another point of view. There is always a way. And the big energy I'm feeling with what's happening here, and that's why I'm sharing this, is sometimes we have to take a step back and we have to zoom out to zoom back in. Or we have to close our eyes and shut out the world, so that we actually tune back in with ourselves. So sometimes things we are looking at aren't clear, or we see things that aren't real. We see something on social media, it creates trigger energy, and we think a certain thing when it isn't that way at all. Remember, things we see are not always as they seem. So the Nine of Swords is also a big message, and this is what the angels are showing me with the way this is just recorded. That we have to look at things through fresh eyes, through our third eye, our spiritual sight, and the understanding that there's always something else going on. There's a reason for things that happen. So see things in a new way. And remember, whatever's going on, there's always a solution. It may not be the most direct answer, but it will come to you in a different way. So even if the road ahead seems blocked and you don't know what to do, you're not sure how you can get through what you're going through, there is always a way. We just have to look differently sometimes to receive the answer we seek. Amazing. So I'm going to put the card on, so either screenshot it or you can watch it, whichever energy it's in, but flip things around in your mind to see things in a different way. The Nine of Swords. So we know with this energy, the number 9 is connected with spiritual power and our spiritual path and spiritual growth. So we can see this person sitting up in the bed is struggling with something that can always be overcome by spiritual growth and spiritual power. The understanding of the lesson that is currently being learned. So the person is sitting up in bed, which shows that this person is struggling to sleep. There's insomnia happening through fear created in the mind. And fear is illusion. Fear is a false experience appearing real. We stress over things that don't usually make sense. We try and understand things from a place of anxiety instead of a place of clarity. So this person is worrying about something that may not even come to pass. Something that the person is blowing out of proportion. This is usually when we think another has control. So this could very well be someone who is stressing out because they've been blocked on social media. Or that person that you love is still with a karmic partner. Or you're waiting for a message and it hasn't come. So you're feeling ghosted. You're feeling ignored. You feel like you don't matter. And it's keeping you up at night. You're worrying about things. You could be worried about finances. A situation at work. You could be worried about a conflict with family. You're worrying and worrying and overthinking, and it's bringing an anxiety and pain, and that's stopping you from sleeping because it's affecting your vibration. And when we struggle to sleep, we don't feel relaxed, we don't feel at peace, we feel we're too much up in our own head. So when we get this card, we know we have to take back our spiritual power, to realize that nothing is ever as bad as it seems, and that when we bring ourselves back into the present moment, all is well and we are safe because we are protected. And we are eternal beings, infinite beings, forever connected with Source. So we have a lifeline. We can pray and give the burden, the worry and the struggle to heaven and have that replaced and transmuted with beautiful peace. We can feel better because we know we've asked for help. And then we trust that that help will be given. So this person is stressing out and panicking. That's affecting the physical body, because when we are worried in our mind and we create dis-ease in our mind, we create dis-ease in our body. So sleepless nights, worry. Maybe this person doesn't want to sleep in that bed for some reason. Maybe they're staying up late at night watching the television or looking at photographs on social media of the person they truly love. So this can be the divine masculine watching the divine feminine, falling asleep on the settee, the sofa at night because they don't want to be in the same room as their karmic partner. Maybe they're away at work and they're worrying about something. So this is definitely an energy where we need to address why we feel this way. Why we're being kept up at night, why we're struggling, why we feel like all those swords on that wall are going to hurt us and cause us pain, why we're overthinking it, why we're worrying about it, why. So instead of worrying about it, become the observer. Raise up your vibration and see things from a higher point of view, from a higher perspective, from the perspective of your higher self, and say, what is this teaching me right now? What am I learning from this situation? How can I take back my power and take back control? And usually that's just breathing, relaxing, giving it to God, knowing that there is always a plan, that there is always a reason. This person could also be dealing with decisions, the need to make a decision. They're giving me tooth pain. The need to make a change or make a decision or speak the truth or something that is stopping this person from sleeping. And when we let go and breathe, we are given clarity. We are given answers. We are shown the way. We understand what to do and what direction to take and how to bring in a solution. So don't focus on the problem. Focus on the solution and be a part of the solution by being in the energy of peace and realizing that everything is going to be okay because everything is always working out for you and that block won't last forever. That person you love will return to you in divine timing because what's meant for you will be for you and you can't miss out on anything that's truly meant for you. So this is a card where we just need to look again at why we're struggling. We need to see again from a higher perspective why we are in anxiety right now, why we're having those sleepless nights, why we're having those crazy dreams, why we are feeling this way. And then we can feel easier and brighter and understand the way ahead. A really powerful energy. Never fear the Nine of Swords. It's always a big sign of how we can take control. The Nine of Swords. So you can see from the card, it's all illusion. Everything we go through, those sleepless nights, those panicky feelings, the things that keep us up at night, struggling are just fears created in the mind and they are illusion. It's all created by the ego, the part of ourself that is afraid and lost and that little child inside that's craving something more. When we see things from a higher perspective, we realize that all is well. And in this moment, we are safe. The ego edges the goodness out and creates all that drama that's irrational. It doesn't make sense when we look at it from the here and now. So this is a big message when this card comes in, to breathe, to call on the angels, to know that you are never alone. And it's not as bad as you see it to be. In fact, there's usually a much more positive, optimistic, more powerful explanation for everything. So it's about looking through the illusion. And this always reminds me of the way we feel when our twin flame isn't replying to us, or they block us on social media, or we get ghosted. We go into panic mode because the ego will say, that's it, it's over. What if I never see them again? What if, they never contact me? And we go into sheer panic. And it keeps us up at night. We struggle. We're in anxiety. It makes us feel ill. And when we look at it from a higher perspective through the messages we receive through our angels and guidance. And from other twin flames who've been through those things, we realise that that's not true. In spiritual truth, they're not ghosting us or blocking us on purpose or because they aren't interested or don't want us. They're ghosting and blocking us because they need to process the way they feel. The masculines need to understand their feelings right now, and they need some time out to do that. And they feel a bit pressured. And the pressure comes from their own self. It doesn't come from the divine feminine, even though it may seem that way to them. It comes from their own self. So they block you or don't reply in that moment because they need to have time without pressure to think and to work out what to say to you, what to respond to you, what action to take towards you. They would have to work out what they need to change in their lives to be with you, because this love is unlike anything else. And it keeps them up at night too. So this is also mirrored energy. So this can be the divine feminine having sleepless nights and struggle and worry over things that just aren't real. And the masculine in that energy too, fear, doubt, worry, sleepless nights, insomnia, worry, panic, things that we blow out of proportion in our mind. And remember, the mind can be a prison. Think about the energy of the Eight of Swords. Again, it's that prison of the mind. It's feeling like everything is out of control. And we learn to surrender and let go and breathe and know with faith and trust that it's going to be okay. So if you want one word for this card, apart from fear or irrational fear or struggle, it would be insomnia, because, this is about things that keep us up at night. It's a lot like when, we watch a horror film and we turn off the light and everything feels very scary. It feels dark. We imagine things in our heads. We imagine creatures in the corner of the room that are going to come and get us. Monsters under the bed. We start thinking all kind of crazy things and we start panicking. Yet when we turn the light back on, all that kind of crazy energy we've been creating in our mind just disappears. And we realise it was illusion. It wasn't real. It was our mind creating things. It was our mind blowing things out of proportion. So we actually realise that we are safe and all is well and there is nothing to fear, because the light always overcomes the dark. So if you're being kept up at night by your ego, creating fear because you think that your masculine's never going to talk to you again, or never going to reply to you again, or they're never going to unblock you, think again. This is remembering your power as a divine feminine and the power of the light. And, if this comes up for the masculine, they're struggling with their situation. They're struggling to sleep because they may be sleeping where they don't want to be. They could be in a karmic situation. They don't want to be there. So they could also be sleeping on the sofa. We're sleeping on the settee, so it's very uncomfortable. And it's giving them backache and struggle. Or they're staying up very late at night, thinking about what to do, trying to find a way out, a solution and understanding. Maybe they're sleeping at night, dreaming heavily, thinking of you, and then they wake up. Oh, it was just a dream. They wanted to be with you. They wanted it to be real. So they wake up in agony because they have that ache for you. So there's many, many ways you can see this card. Again, it's not as bad as you think. It's one of those cards where we ourselves are making things worse by blowing everything out of proportion. And we can stop that right now by coming back into the now, because the fear, the false experience that appears to be real, can only live in the past or the future. It has no power in the now. And we take our power back in the now. And if you're struggling to sleep when this card comes out and it's affecting you, it may be affecting your day-to-day life. It may be affecting you at work because you're not getting your work done, or you're feeling tired and drained and you can't focus properly, or, your twin is all you can think about. Call on Archangel Raphael to help you to fall into a nice, easy, calm, relaxed sleep. And call on Archangel Haniel to bring peace into your sleep or into your day, so you feel calmer and you're breathing. And breath work is great too. If this card comes up and it's connected with you, breath work. If you're reading for a client suggest meditation or breath work or going in nature, because that will really calm the energy of this person. Because the fear is irrational, it's not real, it's false. So the card for the Nine of Swords we got, if you have time to worry, you have time to pray. Let the angels soothe you. So the angels calling on Raphael, calling on Michael, calling on Honiel, calling on your guardian angel or Jesus or whoever you're connecting with up there, even a loved one in heaven, it will soothe you. So when we're stressing out in this way, the best thing we can do is pray. And prayer is asking for assistance. Prayer is asking for help. When we ask, it is given. When we ask, we receive. When we believe. So if you've got time to worry, if you've got time to sit there stressing out and panicking, you've certainly got time to pray. And that burden will be released and you'll sleep better. So let the angels soothe you, especially at night and, when you want to sleep and have peaceful dreams. And, you'll also get soothed in your dreams. And I do feel as well, this is also an energy where, someone is waking up wishing the dream was real too. Wanting dreams, not just dreams we have at night, but dreams we have in our life to be reality and working out what to do. So for the feminine, we've got I feel what you feel and it's keeping me awake. So remember, we also go through ascension with this card. We go through ascension because we feel what they feel. We are one with our twin, we connect with that. So you may be awake at night going through insomnia and you're not sure why you're having sleepless nights, because you may feel calm about things, but you're connecting with what your masculine is going through. So you can also send them angels too, or call on their guardian angel to help them to sleep better, or to find a solution in dream state, or to understand what to do, which will help them to move back towards you. So you feel what they feel, and that may be keeping you awake, divine feminine, because you're connecting with them. Or you're feeling you struggle yourself. Release it, it's not real. And for the masculine, the weight of my life is on my mind. So the weight of his life, the pressure, the need to make a change, to sort things out, it's on his mind, and he's struggling to sleep. He's saying, I need peace. And they're giving me toothache, decisions, needing to make a decision, needing to move on, needing to, walk away from the karmic partner, or sort out his finances, or sort things out at work. He's saying, the weight of that, it's on my mind and I can't sleep. I'm struggling to sleep, I need peace. So again, calling on the angels will soothe your twin and bring in peace. So these are all things you can suggest, when this card comes into a reading. But ultimately, it's about fear. And we know fear is illusion and it isn't real. So again, you may ultimately look at this card and think, oh my goodness. But that's how it's supposed to make you feel, because you're connecting with the energy. This card is that panicky feeling when we feel like everything is going wrong, when in fact everything is going right. These things happen to teach us things, to learn us, to grow us, to move us forward, to make us stronger, to help us to understand who we are on a spiritual level. And separation, remember, is always preparation for better times ahead. So never panic or stress when you get blocked or ghosted. See it as a positive, because that means your masculine is going within to do the work. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.